Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here in the Wallowa Mountains of Eastern Oregon. A beautiful scene, as you can see here. This creek is right next to the campground where I stayed the last 2 nights and did the hike yesterday up to Maxwell Lake. So today I'm going to drive out of this area and drive along the sort of northeastern part of the Wallowa Mountains through the town of Joseph, and then over to Wallowa Lake. So it's going to be kind of a road trip adventure, and then I'll find a campground over there, and then we'll see, maybe do a day hike later in the afternoon if I have time, or take a swim in the lake, something like that. I've never been to that area before, so we'll see what I find, but I've heard that it is really beautiful. So I'm going to walk over here and see if I can get a little bit better look at a big fish that is swimming in the creek there. Okay, let's see if I can do this without falling in the water. Uh-oh, here we go, the big jump. Check that thing out. My God, it's humongous. Wow. What is that? Could be some kind of trout, I guess. Not a rainbow trout because they have the rainbow colors along it. Maybe a brook trout, maybe something else. You know, I'm not an expert on fish. All right, now going to head back to the truck, which is parked over at my campsite. Give you a quick little taste of the campsite in case you didn't see that in the previous video. And then hop in the truck. Oh, okay. And get going. All right, here's the spot where I stayed at the shady campground. Left my tent right there. Had a nice fire last night. Had some mashed potatoes and crackers and cookies for dinner. And that is the trusty vehicle. My new used Mazda B2300 1996. All right, time to hop in this thing. Oh, get going. And this is the little town of Losteen. This is where I turned to go up to the campground up there. And check this out. That thing had an unfortunate accident. It's a restaurant, I think, since 1938. I don't know if that means that restaurant or probably some other business that was there before it. All right, so here I'm going to go right towards the town of Joseph. So the Blue Banana, espressos and more, fresh roasted nuts. And so Joseph is kind of the central tourist town for the Wallowa Mountains. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard it's kind of a cool little town. So be there pretty soon. 15 miles. are entering Joseph. Pretty cool little town. Lots of trees and interesting statues and things. Lots of wooden buildings. Definitely has that country town kind of vibe, that's for sure. Alright, I'm gonna make a stop here, grab a couple of things, and then keep on driving out to Wallowa Lake, which is where things should get really amazing. Apparently this area is compared to Switzerland, the Alps of Oregon. It's supposed to be really beautiful. You can see up ahead there, the peaks get a little more dramatic. Check this out, some cool murals. This is a bar here. Hydrant. Bar and grill. And so I asked a lady who said that the store, there's just one general grocery store, is down this way, a block or two. Another amazing mural here.
You deserve an award.
Outlaw Restaurant. This Bud's for you. Too bad Budweiser is the worst beer in the world. Alright, looks like this is the general store here. Alright, did my shopping, now time to head back into the mountains. This looks intense. It is, I've never had this one before. That is a strange mix of flavors. Pretty good though. Wallowa Lake. I don't know if that's the Native American word for that lake or something. I guess I'll find out. Heading out of Joseph. No, it's something else. Iwatemlaken, right 1/4 mile, heritage site. I think it's about 6 miles to Wallowa Lake. What a sight. That is Wallowa Lake. And so there we go, 6 miles outside of Joseph. And then looks like you get to an area of like some stores and stuff. Wallowa Lake Trailhead, Little Alps Day Use area to the left. Wallowa Lake State Recreation area to the right. That's the campground I'm going to go check out. Glacier Grill and General Store. Joe's Place Pizza and Lasagna. And so a slight change of plan. That campground there at the end of the lake was $20 a night, and it was kind of a crazy scene. A lot of people there and stuff, and people with RVs and whatnot. But then I saw on the map that there was this other campground, other side of the lake, kind of. I had to come back through Joseph. And it looks like it's one of those campgrounds like the one that I stayed last night that's just $5 or so. And so I thought that I would check that out. It was worth a try. See if I can save a few bucks and might be a little bit mellower scene. It will be like less facilities, no showers or anything like that, but that's fine. And apparently there is a trailhead from there heading up in the mountains. So just going to take a look at that and see if that will work. And here it is, the Hurricane Creek campground. Definitely looks a little more my style. Much quieter looking scene. Daily fee. $6. That's reasonable enough. Let's see. So go this way. Bit of a rough road. And so it's a little later, got my tent set up there, as you can see. I decided not to go on a hike. For one thing, it was just getting a little too late. And then also I'm just feeling really sore from yesterday's very intense hike. However, I did discover that this campground has deluxe showering facilities. So that was definitely an invigorating experience, to say the least. So I'm now going to get a campfire going and cook up some grub. So going to get started on the campfire here. I got a few pieces of paper. And then a quick tip on how to get a campfire going is start off with very small pieces of kindling. Here you can see lots of little stuff to work with, scattered all over the ground here. Not much in the way of, you know, genuine chunks of firewood. I do have some firewood that I bought in the back of the truck there. I'm going to see if I can make do with what's lying around here, you know, and just hold off on that stuff for maybe later. So going to start collecting up some of this little stuff and get the fire going. And here you can see I have the like teepee structure going on. That is a good, reliable way to get a fire going. Now there's one little problem that I ran into last night, which is that it rained here recently. And so all of the wood on the ground is a little bit, not exactly wet, but just ever so slightly damp. And that does make it harder just to get it going. Once it's going, then it burns okay. But this is the moment of truth here, whether this is going to be effective. So far, so good. Hearing some crackling there. That's a good sign. All right, it is looking like that is going to take. That was actually easier than last night. All right, now time to start grabbing bigger stuff and throwing it on there. And just thought that I would mention, since I didn't actually do any hiking today, stay tuned for tomorrow. I will definitely plan to get a day hike in and see some more of the Wallowas around here. Probably go back to the lake and do a hike from one of the trailheads around there. Get some more views of the amazing mountains. And bark does in fact burn. And when in doubt, when you start to see a bit too much smoke going on, then blow on it. And there you go, nice looking fire. Get it going a little bit stronger and then throw on a pot and start cooking up some dinner. And the fire is definitely looking good. And here's dinner. Going for the spicy vegetable chili. Campbell's home style. Nice and chunky and substantial. It's a big can too. Cook that up and then put some cheese on it, and that will be a good hearty dinner. There we go. Oh yeah. And there we go, dinner is served. Threw some more wood on the fire there. Going to munch on this, maybe have a little bit more, some cookies or something. And then spend the evening just hanging out here. Maybe go for a little walk before it gets dark. Read a book, I got my computer, do a little video editing, and then get some sleep and see you in the morning. All right, good night. Iwetemlekin State Heritage Site. Iwetemlekin is Nez Perce for at the edge of the lake. It is pronounced Iwetemlekin, and the Nez Perce spelling is Iwetemlekin. This site is part of the ancestral homeland of the Nime'epu Nez Perce and is considered sacred land. As you enjoy this special place, please be respectful. Take a moment to reflect on the importance of this land to the people who lived here since time immemorial. And so this is that site that I drove past yesterday and wasn't sure what it is. It is a Native American site. There is a trail that goes up here, and then I guess you see some Native American ruins of some kind. This is showing the entire area. Oregon, here we are around here, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Canada. And so here's Wallowa Lake just around the corner, where I'm headed next. So I'm not going to do this walk for now because I'm headed to the tramway that goes up to a peak, and apparently you get amazing views from up there of the whole valley and the Wallowa Mountains and everything. Check this out. A cougar sighting was reported this park 22nd August, so just a couple of weeks ago. That would be pretty awesome. And as you can see, a spectacular sunny day here. It's early afternoon. I had a lazy morning and am staying again at that same campground tonight. My tent is still back at the site there, so going to head for the tramway and head up there and get some amazing views. Here we go. And here we are at the Wallowa Lake Tramway. That's it right there, heading up that mountain. You are here, base elevation 4,450 feet. It goes up 3,700 feet to 8,150 feet, so that is higher than Maxwell Lake that I hiked up to a couple of days ago. 15 minutes to get up there, and there are lots of little things that you get in. It isn't one massive thing, it's just these tiny little things that one or two people can fit in, and they go every minute and a half. So gonna hop on one. Here's my ticket, $31. That was definitely an ouch. I was seriously considering not doing it because of the price, but it's going to be spectacular. And all of the other hikes up here don't really get you up to, you can't even get to any lakes nearby. You have to hike further up into the Wallowas to get up to the lakes at the center of the wilderness area. And so this will get some spectacular views of the mountains and the valley and everything. So a one-time thing, I think it's worth it. As you can see, I got my long sleeve shirt on, even though it's kind of too hot for now, but 8,500 feet is going to get colder up there. So good. Hey there, good.
Alright, you want to keep that, giving the guy at the top when you're ready to come down?
Cool.
If you want, you can stamp your hand, you can try it up and down as much as you want.
Just going to do it once. 4:45 is last, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to get back to the terminal by 4:30 so we don't have a big group of people.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot. Right on. And here goes. As you can see, 4 people can sit in this thing. And getting some killer views already. Check it out. Wallowa Lake out there. And we still got a ways to go up, so I think this is going to be worth the 31 bucks. Pretty awesome. Down there you can see the town of Joseph. A trip to see how flat it is down there. Getting some views of some glacial snow, it looks like, on the side of that mountain through that that V there. Oh, and off to the right there too. So definitely getting up there. Here we are. And that is a restaurant on the right there. I brought my own lunch though to save some bucks.
Sir.
Awesome, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Hiking trails just head off to the right that way?
Actually,
Like a loop
we got 'em
or-
to the right, and we got them to the left.
Oh, okay.
Out there, you'll see a windsock, and out there's where the paragliders jump off.
I see.
And that is beautiful for taking pictures out there.
Okay.
And then up on here, the Highland overlook, and Royal Purple up there.
Okay, cool. I think I'll head out this way and go for views of the mountains. It is not that cold. I'm gonna have to take this long sleeve shirt off. So it's Mount Howard that we're at the top of. Carved by glaciers, the berms or moraines flanking the sides and northern end of Wallowa Lake were formed from rock and mud carried down the east and west forks of the Wallowa River by glaciers. The series of ridges in the moraines tell us that the ice advanced and receded at least 6 times. Water from the Wallowa River was backed up behind these moraines, forming Wallowa Lake. And so here you've got the Highlands Overlook, just 5 minutes walking, and then the Summit Loop, 30 minutes. And there's a trail that heads out this way, it goes up to top of that hill, it looks like. Wow. Epic. Hell yeah. And check it out, I got the tank top back on. It's not even cold up here. A little bit of a slight breeze going. Feels good. But a cloudless sky, wow. At Timberline being the spot where trees stop growing above there because of the elevation, lack of moisture and short growing seasons make plant life difficult at best. On this harsh, windswept mountaintop, it has taken centuries to develop the thin, easily damaged ground cover of tiny plants we call tundra. During your visit, please stay on trails to protect these fragile plants. Now, I guess they're talking about these little plants in here. The thing is, as someone who has lived in Alaska, such as myself, and worked in Denali National Park for 3 summers, that ain't tundra. I guess it's tundra, but the tundra in Alaska is like, you know, 1.5 feet thick of tiny, tiny little plants, and you're walking on it like it's, you know, carpeting or whatever, just covering everything. And so this is like a very sparse sort of a tundra, I guess. Hi. Hey there, little fella. Well, that guy is pretty domesticated. That is why you do not feed those guys, because they get too tame and don't know to run away from what might actually be a threat to them, but cute guy. And here we are at the peak of this little hill here. And another one. I'm guessing these guys all get fed by tourists, so. What a sight, eh? Man, oh man. And so if I had hiked up one of the trails, here's another guy. The Wallowa Lake, or Wallowa Mountains, Wallowa Trailhead anyway, would have been, you know, way back down in that canyon, up this valley a little bit, and then heading up that way. And so you can kind of get a sense that it would have been going up the valley there, and so you wouldn't get any views or anything. It's further back up in the Wallowa Mountains, smack in the middle of it, that there's tons of lakes, but it's a long hike getting up there, basically kind of a long day going one way, so it is better to do it backpacking and plan to stay for a night or 2 or 3 back up in there, and that is supposed to be the most spectacular part of the Wallowas. I guess that'll wait for another visit of mine to this area. I definitely want to do a backpacking trip back up there sometime. This isn't bad, at least. Getting a good taste of things. thanks a lot for watching. Going to cut this video here, do a little more just cruising around, and then head back down and back to my campsite for tonight. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I might be heading back to Portland, back west, go back to my friend Eric's house and stay there for the night, and then continue my road tripping from there. Or maybe I'll camp another night or two, still thinking about it. So take it easy, happy trails.